What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. A huge video today. Gonna be talking about my top 10 sneaker pickups of 2020. Let's get straight into it. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button if it's your first time here. Let's show you these shoes. So coming in at number 10, the Air Max 90 Infrared. Or actually this year they called them the Air Max 3 Radiant Red. Now, as I already mentioned in my earlier video, this, in my opinion, is one of the greatest sneaker designs of all time. It's an iconic sneaker. If you're into shoes, you should at least have one version of these at some point. This year they did a really good job on the retro, and I think it is a definite pickup. It will never kind of lose its touch, if that kind of makes sense. This is always going to be a classic in my opinion. So number 10, a pretty easy one for me. You can still get it for a pretty cheap price in the secondary market. The Air Max 90 Infrared or the Air Max 3 Radiant Red, definite cop. This is number 10. Coming in at number 9, guys, is the classic, the very sought after Oz Presto from the Olympics. So these, oh man, this was a white whale for a lot of Aussie sneakerheads because this shoe only went out to family, friends, and athletes for the Sydney Games in the year 2000. That is massive. This is not on any other top 10 sneakers list for pretty much any other sneaker YouTuber because, you know, they don't matter to anyone else that isn't Australian, I don't think. But for anyone that is in the great country of Australia, you will know, if you're a sneakerhead, how important these shoes are to our culture.
Let it go, dogs, let's go.
All the Australian details just kind of give it that special hit. And you know, if you grew up here, you kind of know what it was like when the Sydney Olympics were on. It was just buzzing. The city was just buzzing. And this shoe, I only ever saw on TV or in magazines. And to think that I have a pair this year, like, I'm stoked about it. So definitely a top 10 for me. Number 9, the Nike Presto in the Australian Olympic colorway. Coming in at number 8, guys, it's another one that has a lot of mixed opinions on it. It is the Nike Off-White Air Jordan 5 in the Sail colorway. I know a lot of people think that they kind of look like P, but look, once you have them in hand, they actually look pretty dope in my opinion. And I think, you know, the Black Silvers came out earlier. I didn't get my hands on them. Like I said, this is my pickups that I'm talking about today, and this is my opinion at the end of the day. I think that these are dope. I love the history of the Jordan 5 and what it means. I love the details, the deconstructed look that he put together with this. That's on pretty much every Virgil Abloh Off-White sneaker. It was a pretty simple one for me. You know, I don't have them like too high, but I don't have them too low. I do like these. I actually find that the Off-White Jordan 5s are a bit easier to wear than normal 5s because they're a bit more slim. Some people might disagree with that, but look, it's just my opinion. But yeah, the Off-White 5 in the Sail colorway. Coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, this one is actually pretty cool. This is the Travis Scott Cactus Trails. It's basically an Air Max 270 React. This one was actually my first ever sneaker video earlier this year, so pretty important one to me. You know, people like to call them the poop smears because of that obvious kind of like yellowed midsole and all the brown tones used in the shoe. But I actually think these aged really well. A lot of people hated these as well, which is probably similar to most of the shoes that I've chosen. But I really like them. Like, you know, Travis Scott has been probably the most influential musician when it comes to sneakers in the past couple of years. I know that there's Yeezy and like all these other biggest artists that have had a massive influence, but I'm talking recent times. Travis Scott's kind of hit with most things, and this is, I think, one of his best designs in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of people won't agree with that. But even like from the lace locks to like, you know, all the different materials that use, that fleece kind of material on the sneaker, I think it's just a great color combination. And I love that like brown cream tones are kind of coming back and they're really popular at the moment. But this is a definite cop. Number 7, top sneaker of 2020. Cactus Trail. Coming in at number 6, guys, we have the Space Hippie 3 in the original colorway. It's like the gray crimson. These joints right here kind of had a bit of hype when they were first coming out, and then they died down because they were a bit too weird for a lot of people, I feel. The Space Hippie 3 out of the whole series is easily the most interesting. Like just look at that silhouette, and I love that like the brand has actually made a completely new silhouette, and it's not just another, you know, I didn't want to make everything on here just another retro. This is actually a new sneaker. The whole thing is like super innovative, which is dope. The crater foam, all the recycled materials that went into it, all the research that was into it as well. Even things like the box was really interesting because the ink was plant-based. There's so many reasons why this shoe was one of the most interesting sneakers of 2020, and I actually reckon that Space Hippie 3 model looks dope. I mean, come on, man. Like, that's a good looking sneaker. The colorway is dope. Pretty easy to wear in my opinion, but yeah, number 6, Space Hippie 3, OG colorway. Coming in at number 5, guys, we have the Air Jordan 1 High in the dark mocha colorway. Now, these ones I love because they're not a collaboration, it's just a dope colorway. Everyone is already so hyped up in the Travis Scott Jordan 1s that came out earlier, like, you know, last year. But I actually think that this shoe as a standalone looks good, like by itself. It doesn't have to be compared to that. Obviously it will be because of the similar tones and everything. But look, those are so impossible to get now. And I think that this shoe is one of those sleepers that will continue to start going up in value, even though it was just like a dope colorway with no crazy story behind it. You know what I mean? Pretty simple, really good quality materials, like well made, symmetry's on point. Just a simple dope colorway, awesome color blocking. And the Jordan 1 is probably, in my opinion, the best sneaker shape ever made. It's my personal favorite. So you can't really go wrong. Like, this is a must cop. Coming in at number 5, the Air Jordan 1 High in the dark mocha colorway. Alright guys, we're in top 4 territory, and to be honest, these top 4 for me personally were kind of interchangeable. On any given day, I probably would have felt differently about each one. So these top 4 are very, very close. Just want to preface that before I get into it. So at number 4, we have the Air Jordan 4 Union in the black Noir color. Is it Noir? Noir? How do you pronounce that word?
Just like Pinot Noir, but how would you
say Noir. Look at these bad boys here. This one was so fun for me because everyone absolutely hated this sneaker. When it got leaked, when the photos came out that Union was going to do another Jordan, everyone was so pumped because the Jordan 1 was so dope and it was so fire. And look, I've always been a fan of Union. And then, you know, rumors that the 4 was coming out, and then when the photos came out, people lost their minds. People were so mad about this shoe. Honestly, and ask anyone that knows me, I was pumped on them as soon as I saw that it was going to come out. So I didn't change my tone. Look, people flipped on it. Like, the hype gets real sometimes. I get it, but I like these from the start. So I just want to say that, you know, people were really mad about this stitching here on the tongue. But like I said, you could undo that stitching and kind of let it sit like a normal Jordan 4. For me personally, like when I'm wearing pants, they'll usually sit on top of the shoe anyway, so it doesn't make a difference for me. But I do like how that yellow orangey kind of lace pops. So I will probably do a lace swap on this side as well. But man, like I said, like top 1 to 4 could have gone either way. I actually really love these shoes. Quality is on point. I love the unique colorway. Yeah, these are just fire. Not really much more to say. The Air Jordan 4 Union in the black Noir. Coming in at number 3, we have the Nike Sakai Vapor Waffle in the black gray colorway. I have been wearing these, man. Like, man, I love everything that Sakai has touched so far. Like, well, especially like their waffles and stuff, like the runner styles. It's just such a weird alien looking shoe. I mean, like, look at that thing. Look at the sole on it. The toe box, like the double laces, tongue. Like, the whole concept behind this shoe is so cool. Like the huge netting, which is kind of like see-through. Man, I genuinely love these. I've worn them so much, and I think, like, compared to everything else that's on the table, probably this and the Space Hippie are the weirdest shoes, like, by a mile. And the black gray colorway is just so easy to wear with everything. Come on, man. Like, these have actually, because I have a pair of like LD waffles as well. I don't know, man. These are starting to grow on me. Like, I might start liking these more than I like the first joints. But I don't know, we'll see. Time will tell. But this is easily top 3 for me. Like I said, 1 to 4 were really close. top 3, the Nike Sakai Vapor Waffle in the black gray colorway. Coming in at number 2, the most influential person when it comes to sneakers in the past couple of years, in recent times. Got to give it up to Travis Scott and the Nike SB Cactus Jacks. Now, let me say, I think people forgot about this shoe because it came out earlier this year. There was massive hype about it, but then obviously like the start of this year kind of the whole world went a bit crazy. And then shortly after that, when, you know, people's buying habits were back, the Ben & Jerry's came out, the Chunky Dunkies, and I think they kind of stole the limelight a little bit. Those are dope, don't mind, like, you know, don't get me wrong, I love the Chunky Dunky. I don't have my hands on it, unfortunately, but I was able to get these. And I'm not just saying this because I'm salty, but I actually think these are better, just quality-wise. And when I think about how much Travis Scott has influenced the new generation or the younger generation into appreciating Dunks and SBs and like understanding that whole last era of sneakers, I think this was a game changer. This was the one that really kind of got people, you know, liking SBs again, for the people that weren't into them before, if that makes sense. Everything from the rope laces to, like, you know, the Cactus Jack details, the slight kind of like tonal pink. You got the bandana patterns out here, which kind of wears down. It has another print underneath, which some people know about. The other sets of laces, so you've got like the typical SB oval laces in the pink and the black colorway there. Like, man, premium materials as well. This was actually my number 1 shoe as soon as it came out, and it was my number 1 shoe until the next one came. So before we get into the number 1 sneaker pickup that I made in 2020, my number 1 favorite shoe that I copped, my biggest W of the year, I just want to give some honorable mentions to some of these sneakers that easily could have made it in my top. And like I said, this is my opinion, so you guys might not agree, but like this was actually quite hard for me because, you know, I had a bunch of other pickups as well that aren't in the shot right now for this year, but these ones could have easily for me been in the top 10. I'll just go through them really quickly. So the resurgence of the Dunks have been massive this year. The Michigan, in my opinion, one of the best colorways. My favorite colorway, the black Varsity Maze, the poor man's Wu-Tang, the Iowas. These were so close to being top 10. Mark, our editor and cameraman,
disrespect.
He's mad about these because this was like his number 1 shoe of the year. He's a big fan of the Jordan 3 in that white black. These are the fragments that came out. And look, I do love them. I have worn them, so I really do like that shoe. It's a really simple, basic design. Could have been top 10 as well, I'm sorry. Got the neons. No, everyone slept on these. These went to sale, but people don't understand. This is an OG colorway, man. Don't disrespect the neons, man. These, classic. People are triggered about this, but the Air Force One and the Supreme. Look, just in case y'all get mad, I paid retail for these. I was in Tokyo at the time before the world shut down for COVID, and I got these for like $100. So like, you know, don't at me. I didn't pay nothing crazy. Like they're all right. This one could have easily been in my top 10 as well. Out of all the shoes that I got this year, this is probably my most worn, to be honest. The Concept Japan in the white silver like colorway, like this was a grail that I wanted from like the early 2000s because it came out in 01 and then obviously the re-release this year. So no one really cared about them as much, but people are missing out because this gray silver colorway, it goes with anything, trust me, and they're not hyped up. It's a cheap price. Try to get these if you can, guys. And these ones, no like collab or anything, just a dope colorway. I'm not even sure what they call these, like the green sapphires or like the sail forest green or something. Just a really sick colorway on an Air Max 95. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. You know, I could have pulled out the RM Williams, but they're not sneakers. Yeah, but let's get into this number 1 shoe. So my number 1 biggest W, best pickup of 2020, really unexpected. I had my heart set on these bad boys, but when these ones came out, man, it just like, it killed the game this year, all right? Best shoe 2020 goes to the Nike Off-White Air Jordan 4 Sail for women. Man, these things right here, guys, this is a bit bittersweet. So as you can see, these are tiny. I was able to get the size for my girlfriend, who, if so, some of you guys know, does not care about sneakers whatsoever. Yeah, I was able to get a women's 7 in these, obviously way too small for me, but dude, if you have had these in hand, like they leave me speechless. They're like just such a good sneaker. It seems super basic, but I don't know, man, the way that the Jordan 4 kind of takes the off-white treatment, it just comes out so perfect, man. The materials on it are so amazing. Like, it's bittersweet, like I said, because I can't wear these. But look, it still counts as a W, right? Because I paid for them, I got them, they're in my hands. But yeah, like I actually really think that it's dope that a women's sneaker, is the #1 shoe of the year, for my opinion. Now, a lot of people have the Stussy Spiritans. I also love them, and I did miss out on them, unfortunately. A lot of people have the Chunky Dunkies. Those are also amazing. But the fact that like a women's Jordan collab could be the #1 shoe of the year, I actually think that is awesome. Like, and cool little things they did where they had like early access to the sneakers for like women only, and cool things like that. Yeah, everything about this shoe I love. And as you guys noticed from the rest of the sneakers that came out, like sale is in, man. Like everyone's been using this sale colorway, but the way that it just looks on a Jordan 4, that whole monochrome vibe with the deconstructed look, is just butter. I wanted them so bad. This makes me sad. You guys don't understand. All right, guys, so that is my top 10 sneaker pickups of 2020. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you agree with my decisions? What was your #1 sneaker? Or better yet, what were your top 3 sneakers of 2020 that you picked up? Let me know in the comments down below. It was a good year for shoes. I might do another video showing you guys the top 10 shoes of the year that I copped an L on. So if you guys don't see your favorite sneaker of the year on here, then it might be because I actually didn't get them myself. But I might do a separate video on that altogether. Make sure that you guys share this video, hit that like button, share it with all your friends, all that good stuff. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate everything you guys do. Here's to another massive, good 2021. We all need it. Sharing all the love, peace, and happiness with all of you guys. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.